Packaged units management. Objective: to define the process for controlling the procurement and installation of packaged equipment. Applicability. This procedure applies to all Worley-Parsons projects. For projects performed under a consortium or joint venture arrangement, the extent of this procedure shall be mutually agreed between the parties. Process overview. Identify packaged units. 1. Define the philosophy for bundling equipment into packages. Ensure the packaging philosophy is defined in the project basis of design, BOD. 2. Define the scope of the packaged units. Identify packages on the equipment list and process package boundaries on the P&IDs. 3. Identify key parameters for each package. Specify any special non-standard supply requirements, considering transportation limitations. 4. Review the package scope definitions. Ensure the scope definitions are acceptable. Revise if necessary. 5. Determine purchase orders or contracts. Decide if packages are covered by purchase orders or contracts based on the extent of on-site work required. 6. Review proposed bidders lists. Refer to the preliminary bidders lists in the project procurement and contracts plans. 7. Update project procurement and contracts plans. Develop specific work schedules for preparing each package. Allocate responsibilities. 1. Appoint requisitioning engineers. Assign suitable discipline engineers as requisitioning engineers responsible for each package. 2. Define inputs and activities. Use key milestone dates to define all inputs and activities required for each package. 3. Review scope and boundaries. Ensure that work is allocated correctly and update P&IDs as necessary. Prepare and issue inquiry documents. 1. Prepare technical specification. Ensure that all package interfaces are adequately specified with input from all discipline leads. 2. Issue approved requisition to procurement. Procurement will attach the requisition to a request for quotation and issue to bidders. Technical bid evaluation. 1. Perform technical bid evaluation. Confirm supplier's capability to handle control and electrical systems and check suitable specialist subcontractors. Award of contract order. 1. Finalize contract order details. Finalize details with the supplier and confirm any decisions regarding standards and alternatives. 2. Update and reissue requisition. Ensure requisition reflects finalized details and issue the contract order. Manufacture and delivery. 1. Review supplier's drawings and data sheets. Ensure drawings and data sheets are approved before manufacturing begins. 2. Hold review meetings. Discuss comments and resolve technical issues with the supplier. 3. Monitor design and fabrication progress. Advise project controls engineer on progress and address interface issues. 4. Inspect quality. Inspect the quality of work at appropriate stages and witness final inspection and testing. 5. Coordinate delivery to site. Arrange timing and offloading of the package. 6. Provide access and coordination if erected by supplier. Coordinate site work and report progress as required. 7. Provide construction work package if erected by contractor. Ensure proper materials issue and site supervision. Pre-commissioning and commissioning. 1. Check installation with supplier's engineer. Perform mechanical and systems checks and tests. 2. Provide commissioning information. Ensure the commissioning engineer has all required information and that the supplier's engineer attends commissioning. 3. Ensure contractual documentation. Obtain all final operating and maintenance manuals, as-built, etc. 4. Obtain customer's acceptance. Secure customer acceptance after successful operational performance. Packaged unit prompt list. Objective: to ensure that all key parameters are included when preparing technical specifications for packaged units. General specification requirements. Location details. Specify the location of the package unit, e.g. city, country, offshore, onshore. Environmental protection. Define the required degree of environmental protection. Code compliance. Address discrepancies between statutory, international, national, and local codes, specifying that the more exacting requirement applies. Special requirements. Include any special process operating, safety, environmental, or quality requirements. Safety reviews. Detail requirements for safety reviews, e.g. HAZED, HAZOP, Control HAZOP, constructability. Interface details. Provide specific interface details at equipment limits or other cutoff points. Future expansion. Allow for possible future expansion or plot size limitations in the equipment layout. Transportation requirements. Specify any special transportation requirements, including dimensions, weights, lifting methods, and protection for shipping. Vibration and noise limits. List allowable vibration and noise limits. Free issue items. Identify any free issue items provided to the supplier. Scope of supply. List major components of the package. Supplier responsibilities. Ensure compliance with specifications, use of proper design and materials, process performance guarantees, and addressing any conflicts between codes or technical specifications. Erection requirements. Erection details. Provide information on the erection of the package units at the job site, including national and/or local labor agreements and site conditions. Match marking. Specify match marking requirements for assembly by others. Weight control. Address weight control procedures and maximum allowable acceleration forces for offshore packages and seismic zones. Modularization. Include details for modularization and pre-assembly of skidded units where applicable. Pre-commissioning and commissioning. Define requirements for pre-commissioning and commissioning at the job site. Site conditions and utilities. Utilities available. Provide details of all utilities available at the site and include relevant prints from the basic design criteria. Meteorological data. Attach meteorological and miscellaneous data from the basic design criteria. Winterization. Specify requirements for winterization, steam tracing, and electric heating. Construction utilities. State the supplier's responsibility to bring necessary construction utilities, e.g. gas, water, electricity, to the site. Piping and instrumentation diagrams. P&IDs, process requirements. P&IDs and attachments include typical P&IDs, line lists, valve schedules, legend sheets, and numbering requirements for equipment, instruments, piping, and valves. Overpressure protection. Detail requirements for overpressure protection and pressure relief systems. Low temperature protection. Specify requirements for low temperature protection. Piping requirements. Applicable codes. List all applicable codes, standards, and design contingencies. Project-specific specifications. Include any project-specific specifications for piping design, materials, valves, and fittings. Layout requirements. Detail mandatory layout requirements for equipment spacing, personnel access, maintenance clearances, etc. Utility connections. Define utility connections for each service. Nozzle loadings. Specify limits of any nozzle loadings. Piping materials. State requirements for supplier's supply of piping materials for on-site assembly. Structural steel requirements. Applicable codes. List all applicable codes, standards, and design contingencies. Certification requirements. Specify any special requirements for certification and/or weight control. Project-specific specifications. Include specifications for ladders, platforms, railings, and structural steel. Skid mounting. Define requirements for skid mounting and supporting packaged units. Supplier responsibilities. State responsibilities for protective packing and support arrangements. Mechanical engineering requirements. Applicable codes. List all applicable codes, standards, and design contingencies. Project-specific specifications. Include specifications for vessels, heat transfer equipment, pumps, compressors, and turbines. Nameplates. Specify requirements for nameplates and approval processes. Instrumentation requirements. Applicable codes. List all applicable codes, standards, and design contingencies. Project-specific specifications. Include specifications for instrument cables, materials, installation, automation and control, and fire and gas requirements. Data sheets. Provide blank or partially completed data sheets for the supplier to complete. Electrical requirements. Applicable codes. List all applicable codes, standards, and design contingencies. Project-specific specifications. Include specifications for electrical equipment and motor data sheets. Hazardous area classification. Define requirements for electrical equipment based on site classification. Earthing and wiring. Specify earthing philosophy, lighting, and wiring requirements. Hash painting requirements. Painting details specify painting requirements for the package unit, including surface preparation, prime coats, final finish, galvanization, and color coding for piping and other systems. Thermal insulation requirements. Insulation specifications. Provide specifications for heat conservation, personnel protection, or cold conservation insulation. Refractory specifications. Include specifications for fired equipment. Acoustic insulation requirements. Noise levels. List maximum allowable noise levels. Insulation specifications specify requirements for acoustic insulation similar to thermal insulation. Metallurgical and welding requirements. Special conditions include information on special or unusual corrosive, erosive, or low-temperature conditions. Material certification specify requirements for material certification and testing. Quality assurance requirements. Project QA requirements. Detail the project-specific quality assurance requirements and include them in the specification documentation.